What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 18 of Digital
My gosh.
Blackface. If you can read Roman numerals, you know I have it probably right. Anyway, it's your boy Poe, and I'm here with my very favorite one of two co-hosts, Aimbot Amy. Amy, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fucking homosexual this time. Move
And
on.
just like that, we started off great. We're also here with a friend of mine, Sophia Narwood. Sophia, you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Sophia Norwitz. I'm a writer, editor, shit poster. You probably know me and hate me. Hello.
Yeah, she is great at all three. Anyway, today we're talking about a very special topic. It's kind of gotten Twitter in an uproar over the last few days. Netflix released a trailer for their upcoming movie, Cuties, otherwise known in French as Mignons. I probably mispronounced that. Any French people, if I did, I don't care. So, you guys have seen the trailer and the marketing for this movie, right? The movie Cuties. Guys, Amy? So,
Yeah, you cut out for a second on my end. All is good
Yeah,
now.
so sorry about that.
I didn't see the trailer. Wasn't interested in blatant pedophilia, but
Okay. Well,
The
I know
trailer's
for a fact.
weird.
Yeah, I know for a fact Sophia has seen the trailer and all the marketing because she did make a video on it. Sophia, you
Yep.
want to give us your thoughts on exactly how you feel about just the marketing, not just the movie itself, just the marketing.
So focusing on the Netflix side of the marketing, they put out the image for it. It's fucking creepy. They decided to so this movie is realistically about trying to combat things that modern culture that is making ever younger girls sexualize themselves and objectify themselves and become, I guess you could say, slutty. And I have my own thoughts on about the director filming certain things, but when it comes to Netflix's advertising, they decided to take this movie that is about the ill perils of this modern culture, and they decided to market the girls as pedo bait, if you could describe it like that. Like, and to the American audience, they show these girls, these 11-year-olds, in very sexually revealing clothing, on hands and knees and twerking, and it's disturbing imagery to market a film on, and obviously it kicked off a lot of online outrage.
I mean, of course it did. Like, I noticed early on when it first got released, the very first reactions were like, "This is gross and disgusting," and sure, there were plenty of people who just looked at the marketing alone, the posters and the trailers, and they're going, and some were going like, "Oh, what? They're just girls having fun in dancing, and there's nothing sexual about it." I'm like, and specifically, even though the concept was a twerking competition, and they were specifically twerking, that's what the whole point of it was, and yet they were just going like, "No, it's perfectly normal. It's just because it might look sexual doesn't mean that it should be."
I mean,
And
twerking by its definition is a sexual dance. By its
exactly my
dictionary
point.
definition, yeah.
And the worst thing about it is that, like, there were so many who all they saw was the marketing. They were like, you know what, this is okay. Sure, it's they're young girls, but that's what young girls do these days. But the point that stood out to me the more they said this, even before more came out about the movie, was that they said just because it does look weird, it's kind of normal. Girls do that these days, and I felt that there was a definite problem with accepting it just because some girls do it. You know what I mean?
No, I get what you mean, and it runs counter to what the movie is even trying to like. It's messaging that it's trying to convey is that hey, this stuff really isn't okay. And so for people to see that advertising, like, no, this is perfectly fine. It kind of proves what the director was ideally trying to say, even if I think she's stumbled in how she got there.
Yeah, that's a definite point. Like, people bring up that, yeah, sure, it's the point is a commentary on the hypersexualization of young girls. And in fact, actually, um, let's actually play the trailer for those who haven't seen it. Uh, our Lamb, can you help us out with that?
Mic
I'm sorry,
on.
what was that?
Could you play the trailer for those who haven't seen it so they can actually get an idea of what we're talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Mic
It's those
off.
first 10 seconds of the trailer that are just disturbing.
Oh, look the chat. Truth is, kid, the channel was demonetized from the start. This movie was made by a Fed to catch 'em all. This is gonna get the whole channel demonetized. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate your faith in me. Cuties isn't a pedo film. They're all 500-year-old dragons. If only, right?
Why did you say little if only?
You know what I
You
meant. You
fucking
know what I
weirdo.
meant. Everybody knows what I meant. They know what I meant.
Oh, if only they were all 500-year-old fucking dragons.
I mean, I feel like that would be. Shut up. I'm gonna stop. I can't stop talking because it's. Oh, I have to. I have to keep talking. Anyway, they know what I meant. We're all good with that. Is the
Mic on.
Lamb? You got the video up?
I'm still trying to fucking find it.
No problem. No problem. I'm glad, chat. You two can demonetize these nuts before anything else. Thank you, chat. I appreciate. I appreciate it. Oh, okay. Anyway, so let's see. There's there's so much to talk about specifically when it comes to this trailer. It really it starts off. She's a young Muslim girl and wearing a hijab and all that, or yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a hijab. And then it just switches into twerking and young girls in suggestive poses and clothing, and I had to feel like I couldn't help but feel like Netflix, someone at Netflix had to have seen, hey, something is weird about this, but they just didn't. They just let it go. Like you feel like someone should have caught it, right?
Yep.
Anybody should have caught it. Jumping in fast
Really?
to say anything about it because it's so blatantly misdone.
It really is.
I mean, let's
look.
be real. Everyone at that, usually at the top, they're all pedophiles anyways. We're just waiting for the FBI to snowball through all of the Jeffrey Epstein flight logs and
Funded by
everyone
Epstein
gets
and
arrested. This movie called Cuties was funded by Epstein and Co.
Epstein Corporation. Does he have a corporation? I know he had something.
He
My
had a lot of
favorite-
money and a lot of airplanes. And a lot of friends.
My favorite is when the outrage was brewing online that one night a few days ago. Somebody went into the IMDb page and under special trivia was like, "Did you know that a producer on this movie is Bill Clinton?" There's some good trolling happening on that page.
Oh, I thought you were serious for a hot second. I was like,
no.
oh, Jesus.
That would have been the apex of hilarity if Bill Clinton was on the production team. Oh, also, I'm a big fan of the Clintons. If any of the Clintons happen to be watching this, I love both of you, especially you, Hillary. I would definitely hit it if you were younger.
He's just saying that not to get Epstein.
Wait, is the video play already, or did I miss it?
No, just send it to me. It's not coming through in the zip, hey.
No problem, no problem. This is my fault. I should have taken care of this better. Let's see.
Yeah, we
Every
have technical
single time.
difficulties because Poe
Because
has fucking brain rot
First of all,
every single time.
my
To be
brain
fair.
isn't rotten. It's just ineffective.
It's his head is all filled up with coom.
This is going about as well as I would expect a Poe podcast to be.
You know what?
so-
Most of the podcasts are usually a lot more tight knit than this. And oh my god, I'm just realizing I never sent it to Lamb. I'm such an idiot.
Every time! Literally every time!
Okay. I
I'm not
realize.
even supposed to be
fucking
here and I'm
idiots.
being mad now.
I'm sorry. Don't blame me. I just.
So you gonna send it to me or what?
Okay. I can't find it. So
I apologize for my boss's totally consistent lack of being able to do anything.
Okay, look.
It's a Poecast.
It's a
It is what it
Poecast.
is.
Okay,
It
yes, it is
is
a
what it
podcast.
is.
It is what it is.
It is what it
Look.
is.
Oh, look, all I'm saying. Look. So, Sophia, could you describe the trailer for us, please?
Okay, so as it opens up is with the the young Muslim girl, she enters a laundry room where you see an 11-year-old
Mic off.
in tight leather pants twerking and dancing suggestively before like doing like a sexual pose where she puts her head on a ironing board and irons her hair all suggestively so, shaking her butt, and then like the Muslim girl turns around and just leaves. And then the trailer shifts away from some of the sexual stuff kind of, and it becomes more of about like the 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 movie is like this Muslim girl rebelling against her mother, and to rebel she joins a twerking club for 11-year-olds. And the movie just kind of features more drama than anything. Like at one point the mom hits the girl, I think like smacks her in the face or something, and
Yeah.
it's just like your typical rebellious teen thing, just with creepy sexualization mixed in.
Yeah. Like I noticed, especially the sexualization at the beginning, I was like this is definitely like you can make this story. You can definitely make the story. You could have just made the girls older. You could
I
have.
think you could have done, if you had made him older, it would have ruined what the director was trying to say. I think what how they could have handled the movie, and again, I haven't seen it, but I read about it before I wrote an article and then made my video. And the director wanted to be really in your face with the way girls these days are sexualizing themselves and the impact of social media on young girls. And so, one way she achieved this, and this is where I disagree with the movie heavily, is she wanted to make the adult viewers feel uncomfortable. And so, there's long extended scenes of young girls being sexual, dancing, twerking, doing things. And the idea is to make the adult audience uncomfortable so that they reflect on this culture they have created. But instead of being so in your face, I think you could have gotten the message of 11-year-olds are sexualizing themselves without long extended scenes of young girls suggestively dancing, because that does become pedo bait. It just becomes creepy. And so like the director came in it with good intentions. She had a message she wanted to tell. It's just the execution is questionable. It's weird. I Who would want to see that? Who wants to go see 11-year-olds twerking? It's weird. I would feel so uncomfortable watching that movie.
Of
And
course,
so
you.
it
Yeah.
ruins its own message with how uncomfortable it would make any normal person. And so the only ones who are going to want to go and seek it out are going to be the creeps, which Netflix, with its very questionable advertising, was clearly appealing to the creeps when they put out such image of like the girls on hands and knees and stuff. It's just weird.
See, here's the thing. The what I've noticed, like people note, no matter what the creator's vision, was that not only has Netflix marketed it as a pedophile's child dream, a pedophile's pipe dream, but even though the movie is critical of how like TikTok like is corrupting, you know, little girls apparently. That's a part of what I've gotten from
Yeah.
a lot of comments about it. And that's why it got all the praise it did at Sundance. You are right. There is so many better ways they could have gotten
Mic on.
their messages across without showing 11-year-old actual child actresses
Like,
twerking on stage.
okay, for example,
Alternatively, they could have done it in like a Cheetah Girls type situation
like
where
they
it's like,
could.
okay, the idea. Oh, and Amy's gone. The idea of dance and like not shoehorning it in, but being like, this is what we if we want to make dance a thing for us and we want to make it big or something like that, we're going to have to dress in these skimpy outfits and basically like being sexualized by adults type situation and making that a thing that they have to overcome type situation with maybe like other adults being like, you don't have to do this to make it where you want to be, and if you have to do this to get where you want to be, then maybe that's somewhere you shouldn't be type situation, and actually not have them dress in this. You could just literally have them, we'd like you to dress in this, says the producer of these girls or whatever, and then they hold up a skimpy swimsuit or the booty shorts or whatever, and the girls have some kind of um, reservation about doing it
I
and
think
had it
another.
around that.
Yes, Sophia, go ahead.
I think another thing you
Mic
could have
off.
done too is you still could have had the girls wearing questionable things where any adult audience would be like, "Hey, that's weird. They shouldn't be wearing that." And I think they could have taken a step from horror movies where sometimes it's best not to show everything. And so with the dancing scenes, the twerking that's meant to make people uncomfortable, throughout the movie you could have them be like, you could know that they're gonna twerk. But then when it gets to the scene where they're performing in front of adults, they could have just showed the girls come out in some kind of questionable clothes and then just focus on the audience as these 11-year-olds are twerking and just show kind of like this horror of the adults and just like a long extended shot of looking at the adults. And it could be like a reflection of our inside, like our own souls, as like we know what this audience is seeing. The movie has built up to it. We've been told. We haven't been shown, but we've been told. And our like the own movie viewing audience will come up with worse things in our head of what's supposedly on that stage. And you could have gotten the message across without showing actual kids doing that stuff. And it still could have had that same thing that would just make you appalled just by focusing on the audience in the movie and just seeing their own horror.
That's a very good point. Like I noted like they could have shot it from the perspective of one of the girl's parents or an older sibling who like finds like what they're doing and is actually disgusted at seeing all this. You could have had them as a protagonist and just show them exploring what these little girls are doing and finding it out. But because the Netflix trailer does the opposite, I can't help but feel the movie is going to do the opposite as well, showing it from the girl's perspective. So like either like one of two things must like have happened in Netflix for them to market it this way. Either there's an actual pedophile in senior management, or some executives or somebody watched the movie in Sundance, presumed it was a celebration of the map community, and marketed it that way. You know what I mean?
It could also just be they don't think highly of the American audience. I mean, you compare the French poster to the American one, and it's vastly different. And it may just be they don't think highly of us here either. But I don't think it's quite that. But I'm just offering another perspective.
That is
I
very
don't
fair.
think I'm not going to be like, oh, some higher up is a pedophile, but there is some questionable marketing, highly questionable marketing that should have been stopped way before it got as far as it did.
Like it really got way too far. I really would have assumed someone at some point would have gone and looked at it and said, "Hey, this is very weird." Like they had to have had some kind of what's the term? Uh, those how they have watch groups actually look at it, what they're about to put out, and determine would you watch this or is this something that interests you?
I also wonder if they just totally didn't understand the movie. Like maybe they hadn't watched it and they were just like, oh, it's about child beauty pageants. We know what those are like. And then they just made some creepy ass fucking poster that aligns with those because child beauty pageants are just as creepy and weird and should not be a thing.
Yeah, the child beauty pageants. I have had problems since I saw them when I was like what 12, and I remember seeing Honey Boo Boo or whatever. And I was like, this is really weird. No, well, I wasn't. I definitely wasn't 12 when Honey Boo Boo was out. I think, but I was old enough to know this is definitely weird, especially when they were giving whatever they gave the kids to keep them so hyped up. I'm just in awe that it it hasn't gotten more like outrage in like actual articles. It's mostly been on Twitter, it seems.
Well, yes and no. I've seen quite a few articles coming out in the last 2 days about it now.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people a lot of people tearing down Netflix for how it marketed it and how it misrepresented the film. I mean, I published my own piece for RT on the day after the outrage happened that night. So, like, within 12 hours of the outrage stirring up, I had my article published.
Yeah.
And that was, I mean, I'm guessing you saw the movie, like, saw my take, like, Netflix bad, movie very questionable, but
Yeah, I
I
did. I
did
did see
go
it.
into the director's intent, which, again, I don't think she had bad intentions. I just think she could
I don't
have
think so
filmed it
either.
better. I just, when you're filming something like that, you have to consider who that audience is going to, who that's going to appeal to, who's going to enter that audience. And then when you get Netflix and its boneheaded marketing, who are they trying to cater to? That marketing calls out to pedophiles. And so you just get this bad combination of circumstances. And
Mm,
now the movie's totally ruined. Like no one's ever gonna give it any good faith ever again.
that's
Like
true.
that director, I bet she is fucking furious at Netflix.
I mean, she did leave Twitter. She did
Yeah.
leave Twitter. Like, I think part of what got a lot of people, other than the twerking and the marketing, of course, was that when it was described as a coming of age story, and a lot of people I remember seeing to like, what do you mean a coming of age story? They're 11. That doesn't exactly seem to be a time for a coming of age story. And I was like, okay, first of all, maybe I think I've seen some coming of age stories with young characters, so that's not exactly a point. But when the it seems to be in a sexual coming of age story, that's what I can understand why they're so outraged about it. If
Yeah,
you know what I
but I
mean.
mean, there is there is a reality to it though. We are seeing ever younger kids partake in highly questionable things because of social media. And so there is an interesting topic to explore in that and to try to spell out to an audience of, hey, look what we're building with this online sphere. Look what Instagram and TikTok and Twitter is doing to young girls. Look at the way they're starting to sexualize themselves for attention. They see these Instagram influencers with millions of followers making millions of dollars just based off being as hot as they can. And you're seeing even like the way things are getting marketed to ever younger audiences that are starting to become sexualized. I mean, there's even questionable stuff on like Disney Channel and Nickelodeon these days. And so there really is an interesting exploration of that and what we are doing to young kids. Just you don't tell that by actually sexualizing the young kids or showing it as in depth as that movie seemingly does. If that makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
there
that's true.
is a
That
good
is true.
message there. It's just what a fucked up way to present it.
It is very fucked up. I'm not gonna lie about that. Uh, Amy, what do you think specifically? Like, do you think they could have done this better? Like, of course they could have done it better, but any opinions on how they could have done it better?
I just got back.
And yeah, you did. I didn't realize you were gone for so long. Anyway, oh, okay, look. Personally, when it comes to it, like you've seen, the backlash for the trailer is ruined, as Sophia said, any good faith this movie could have. And I feel like, honestly, it'd be for the best if Netflix kind of pigeonholed it for now, just like
Mic on.
held
Hey,
off on its
thanks,
release.
official APOD. Cheers.
Oh, he's cool.
Oh,
He's a good guy. He makes
oh,
my
thank you,
thumbnails for me.
man.
Mic
Let's
off.
see.
What did he
It's a
just
story
do?
that absolutely must be told. The question becomes how best to tell that story with a visual medium. Exactly. Thank you. Official APOD just donated $7.99 to the stream. Thank you.
Oh, we have super chats now, Pog.
We do have super chats. I hate Twitch emotes in conversation, but Pog, yes. Look, there's so much about this movie that really brings up. You got to think about, first of all, why it was made for good reasons, good intentions, of course. And I feel like the French marketing and the French posters were definitely way more tasteful than everything Netflix did for America. And it could have been received so much better if they actually marketed it on its own merits and
What's
not.
fucked up though is more people are probably gonna try to see it now, and like a fucked up thing that only marketing can do. This controversy is now going to ignite curiosity where people are just going to turn it on to hate watch and to tear it down so that they can hate it more. And so that really fucked up image Netflix put out, probably more people are going to watch the movie now than they would have initially. And that itself is all kinds of baggage.
I mean, people do enjoy their hate. That's a People do enjoy their hate. That is a very good, a very honest statement when it
It's
comes to
that
that.
type of controversy sells, and they sold it with that. It, yeah.
Mic
Do you
on.
think they meant to sell it that way? Like Netflix in particular?
You have to wonder. I mean, marketers know what they're doing.
They
You
do.
have to wonder. And I mean, let's be real. Everyone's going to be like, oh, I'm canceling my
Mic
Netflix,
off.
quitting my Netflix. But they're not. Most people aren't. Or they'll symbolically cancel it for a month. But then when that next show comes back that they really want to watch, they're going to bring their Netflix back. At the end of the day, Netflix isn't going to lose an audience for this. So they can,
They can afford to market off of shock value. They can.
yeah. Nothing's going to, no one, they're one of the biggest streaming giants in the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, they can do that fucky marketing if that is what they did and face no consequences, put out their little apology and move on.
I mean, th- what could be said that hasn't already been said about this movie? What could be said? Like, when it comes down to it, it's not. It's clearly not supposed to be pedophilic or to attract the attention of people who would be interested in children. It's supposed to be against the hypersexualization of children, or at least the messages. And the fact is, it's based off the experience of the director. But the approach that was taken, especially the fact that, well, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but apparently she did screen the girls to see who could twerk the best, which I guess it's best for creating a true to life movie, but it does send an odd message.
Yeah, it's very muddled and it could have been handled so much better. Don't know what else is left to say. I just hope that because Netflix keeps stats on everyone who watches what, I just hope that anyone who watches it 3 or more times gets put on a list.
Three or more. I
Send
have.
that to
Oh,
the
that's.
FBI.
Also, we've got Dimitri with us today,
Dude, I
and
was about to make amends with someone. What the fuck?
wait,
Hey,
what?
Dimitri.
You're about to
Hey.
what? You're about to what?
Someone was like, "Could you unblock me on Twitter?" I was like, "All right, let's apologize to each other right now." You took me out, right? There's almost about to apologize to the dude.
You know what? You know what? That is my fault, and I will apologize after the fact, but not right now because I regret nothing. Anyway,
Okay, so hold on before you talk, Poe. Okay, so I mixed up your time zone, so that's why I did not realize
I-
how late it was. I'm
I
sorry.
realize that. I realize that. No problem. I mean, you're still live, of course, but
Yeah.
just not from the beginning. Anyway, have you seen the trailer for Netflix's Cuties?
I chose to not watch the trailer.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of you? I know you've seen the posters in the
Yeah,
market.
I've seen all the posts, and I've also seen the pullback of actually it's supposed to be like a satire or study of stuff.
It's
So I've
supposed to
seen,
be
yeah,
against the hypersexualization of young
yeah,
girls.
but they're also doing that, so it's kind of
Yeah.
like,
It's a bit odd. It's a not a horror story, but it's a cautionary tale on the hypersexualization of young girls. But then when you do so through the overt hypersexualization of young girls, it does make you scratch your head.
exactly, yes.
Yeah.
Like,
If you had to think about it, could you imagine any way they could have made this better?
Uh, no, I mean the only way I think you would approach this is like in an actual like just straight up like almost like a documentary style type thing of talking about it, not like
Yes,
like
there we
showing it.
go.
You know what I
There
mean?
we
Yeah.
See, look, when it comes down to it, you've got what could have been a great story. It could have been a great story. It could have been way better. It could have been accepted way easier. But instead, they went with the
Worst possible option, I would
exactly.
say. Yeah.
I mean, like like it says in the chat right here, murder is bad. Shoots real person in head. See, oh, like Sophia brought up.
I
Sorry.
just hope there's some like fucked up things on their algorithm, and that the movie, when this movie comes out, the movie poster appears in the same tab as the one with the Epstein documentary.
Oh my
my
god.
God.
Side by side.
Look, Sophia really brought up a great point. You missed it. Of course, sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
Why am I apologizing to you?
Come
Yeah,
on.
Dimitri, you owe us
Well, that's 'cause
all
you're-
an apology.
Well, I mean, Poe just apologized, so I feel like everything's good now.
Okay, ignoring that. Look, Sophia brought up a great point. They could have shot this more like a horror movie. While you could still have the girls in whatever clothes, like they could have, when it actually came time for them to dance and twerk. And apparently, there are a lot of crotch shots and booty shots.
That's
apparently.
uncomfortable. I
Yeah,
did hear
extremely.
that because I believe it was shown somewhere. Yeah.
The choice they could have made was when the actual time for them to dance whenever came would be to shift the view to the adults in the audience and to show the horror and uncomfortableness on their faces.
Like
So
just
the
a really
audience
long, drawn-out shot, just an awkwardly long shot.
Yeah.
Where, like, you're forced to think about what they're seeing, and that forces you in your own mind as the viewer to
to go
imagine the
like,
worst.
yeah, like what did I really? What am I watching? I don't like this. I don't like seeing this. And I'm gonna be honest. Look, I've hated TikTok for a long while. Like back when TikTok was
I
still
still hate
Musical.ly.
TikTok.
Back when TikTok was still Musically, my sister would have fun with it, and she would make funny videos, and I would even engage with her on the videos. I would do stuff with her, just like do whatever she wanted me to do for her fun videos because she had fun doing it. But I noticed around the time Musically switched to TikTok, it shifted from fun videos to her and her friends dancing in front of the camera. And then one occasion, I actually found her about to. I'm not gonna say twerk because she didn't actually start, but I knew that was what was about to happen. So I took my
Something
sandal.
uncomfortable. Yeah.
I took my sandal, and from the hallway, I just beamed it at her head, and then I took her phone for like a few days. But that was a good lesson for her. And even though I'm sure she did it again, I'm pretty sure she turned around and made sure I wasn't there. So that's something was learned, you know?
hmm
Wait. Also, the comments, the chat says the video files containing those crotch shots were named fish underscore market underscore. Huh.
What?
I don't.
Dude.
I don't want to. I don't know what to do with that information. I really don't.
I wish I didn't have that information. I'll be honest.
Okay, that is a very interesting piece of knowledge that I now have. Okay, but
Poor Poet. He gets fucking horrible things from his chat.
but
Sure
yes,
sounds like it.
yes, I have the power of a Hispanic mother. Look, yeah, I didn't beat her. I simply smacked her. Like just, I didn't even smack her. I used the distance, the force of my throw. I was like Captain America with a slipper.
You're a hero, Poe.
I
That's
am.
what
I
I'm
know.
getting from the story.
I've always been a hero. I've always been a hero. To be honest. As soon as I was born, it was like a light from the heavens, and God was like, that dude right there. He's my man. Thank you, Totally Not Evil, $4.99 donation. We appreciate it, man, and we'd be glad to have you on the show again. Anyway, so yeah, Netflix did apologize for the poster. They've apologized. They apologized for the poster, but that was pretty much it. They apologized for the poster and nothing else. Like I noticed there were a lot of shots. There's a lot of screenshots of people talking to Netflix or even interviewing someone at Netflix and asking, "Hey, why is this? How do you feel about this stuff? Like, why is this okay to you?" And Netflix would respond saying, the Netflix chat would respond by saying, what's it called? They would say, "We understand that not all stories may appeal to all our viewers, which is why we always invest in a diverse range of content from all over the world. We
That's
also
a
provide,
terrifying thing to set apart. Diverse range of content.
we also provide
Where's
ratings.
the
All
line drawn?
religions.
We also provide ratings, synopses, trailers, and controls to help our
the movie
members
was-
make the right viewing choices for themselves and their families."
Let's not forget, the movie was rated TVMA, which
Yeah,
is
that's
also
true. You don't
That,
wanna
that
do
also
it.
makes it very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable with the
I
letter.
forgot
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
And then so it had no rating, then they added the TVMA rating, and then they removed it. And so even that
course.
is its own clusterfuck on Netflix's part.
Yeah, and then someone else asked them, "Do you support pedophilia?" And then a simple yes or no will suffice. And then Netflix said, "We cannot really comment on that, but while we believe in creative freedom, at Netflix we respect all religions and their cultures, traditions, and values."
Well, that wasn't Netflix. That was
Creative
some
freedom?
underpaid like Indian call center person on like the other line of like the support chat who probably just has a bunch of canned responses.
You know what? That's fair.
It was. I think it
Not
was
even
actually just a
underpaid.
bot.
It was probably a robot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Still, though, interesting answer.
Look, yeah, it is weird.
The algorithm seems pedophilia, and it's like we respect all religions.
Also, did you guys see what Reset Era said?
Oh no, I'm interested
Okay.
in this.
No.
It was I believe it was yesterday. Someone said, "I'm seeing a lot of people calling this a pedo movie. Is this just down to really bad marketing?" And then someone says, "Pretty sure it's down to racist/misogynist trolls by now." The
Oh
usual
my God,
reset.
reset era never changed.
Like
That's
Well,
like,
don't forget
that's
the
like a
skeleton.
that's like a joke response I'd write, like making fun of Reset Era, but no, it's real.
Don't forget the
That's so funny.
skeletons in Reset Era's closet per their Discord. So
No, the funny thing I
Oh yeah,
mentioned
I forgot
I
about
mentioned
that.
earlier in the show that I had responded to some people who said, "Oh, what? Sure." Like this is before like the very an hour after it dropped, before anyone knew anything else about the movie. They're like, "Oh, what? Sure, it's twerking, but twerking isn't sexual. It's just dancing, girls having fun." And then
Okay.
all I did was post the a screenshot of the definition of twerking: sexually suggestive dancing, and
Mhm.
and like they didn't respond. But literally, that's all twerking is. It's sexually suggestive dancing characterized by rapid, repeated hip thrusts. But it's how it is.
the big question here though is, Poe, how's your twerking?
My twerking is horrible, given that I've never tried it. Although
I'll make it
I
better.
could be
I feel
amazing
like
at
you could be a
twerking. I just don't
natural.
know.
So,
I
I
really
thought you drank
could
all
be.
those Bang energy
I've never
drinks and
tried.
just twerked as you worked out. I'm very disappointed in you.
Also, you know what I really found weird is that the Sundance co-founder, Sterling Van Wagenen, yeah, ugh, whatever,
Yeah, that's its own can of worms too.
was sentenced for
This
child
was a
sexual abuse,
disaster.
and this was right after he had given this film the okay.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Yes,
that's an interesting coincidence.
it really is.
This movie's a clusterfuck.
So many
I-
things, so many
it's like
bad things happen. Oh, official APOD. Thank you again for another 799 donation. Thing is, if I'm an 11-year-old enamored by the concept of twerking on TikTok for fame, I'm not going to be turned off by the Netflix rating. That is a very good point. That's
yeah,
a very good point. Also, Dimitri, you were saying something?
no, I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. Prefa, it is what it is. It is what it is. It definitely is.
It is what it is.
Oh, your voice is way too high to do that, right, Amy? It's more like it is what it is.
It is what it is.
That's
What was that?
I don't know. It's like a balloon air is
Yeah,
slid in the
it's
balloon.
like a balloon. Yeah, it's like a toy.
Oh, okay, good, okay. So, what that fish market thing was a joke. Thank you.
Uh,
You should have said that in the original things. Sleepy, and also someone else in the chat. Sleepy, which notifications? Where is it? Discord, Twitter? I don't know. Second, back to the point. Yeah, that guy. He was sentenced for a child sexual abuse shortly after that film aired at Sundance, and he gave it the okay, which I felt that really did not help people. If people want to find this movie, even if they actually watch it and it's not as bad as the marketing made it, and I doubt it's gonna be, but they will still look at it with those eyes because of all these coincidences. Like I'm just saying,
there's just too much. Yeah, it's
like
like the worst possible choice was made at literally every turn.
I'm just saying that like my sister was offered an acting job on that Netflix show Lab Rats.
Nope.
Yeah,
Yeah, like there was a sequel to that where they went to an island. They offered her a position on that show, and I'm just saying, my mom already said, "No, you can't do it." But I feel like if they had said, "Oh wait, first we have to screen all the girls for how well they can twerk for this show," my mom would definitely have said no. I would have said no too, but still, like I feel like that was a very weird thing that like they should have made it so the girls wouldn't actually have to twerk, you know?
yeah. Like I said, every possible, the worst possible option to make this look bad, it happened every time. It's like too much for it to be like a coincidence either. Like someone who has their hands in this
Yeah.
clearly.
And another thing that I really did not like was how like a lot of people on Twitter were going like, "Don't boycott this film because the director is a woman."
God, a black woman or
What?
something, right?
What? Look. Yes, because the director is a woman and she's POC, or she's a woman and she's black, or she's a woman and she's Senegalese. It was always because of that instead of, "Hey, don't boycott this movie because they marketed it wrongly." It was this. She's black and a woman. What's wrong with you for not giving this a try? I'm like, come on.
So what was
You could have
interesting
just
about
said, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
what was interesting about the Netflix advertising is everyone on both sides of the aisle were pretty pissed at the whole situation. But I wonder if this was like if like the girls in the film were like LGBTQ ABCD or
Oh, of
whatever, would
course,
like people
yeah.
be praising it as like a queer like hero film now, as they typically do when they
No,
like
they
latch
they
on?
honestly
Probably
would have.
more
They
so,
honestly
yes.
would have. They really would have. And honestly, I want to thank the super chat again. You guys are really awesome. Prefa, official APOD, and my man Jeremy, totally not evil. You guys are awesome. Let's see. Back to it. So I mean, I feel like everything about this movie is going to end badly, no matter how. It could be one of the best movies of all time. It could be.
It won't. It's not. It
Of,
can't
of
be.
course, it won't be, but it could have been.
Can
Like,
we all
Best
just
movie
agree?
of all time.
Whoever made this movie needs to go to Brazil. It's just like,
I'll just hide out for a bit, like until this dies down.
no, like go to Brazil as in you. There is no joke. You're dead. Fuck you. Go to shithole country.
Wow, Anyway, you're just. Anyway, look, like
I
I know
love
that.
some racism in these streams. It's great.
Look, like an interesting part of it is like the director said that this all came out of an idea of what it meant to approach womanhood between two cultures.
Well, this is that's being kind of unfairly representative of what the point she was trying to make. So I read a bunch of the interviews with her when I was writing my own article and then my video. And this came from things she was witnessing firsthand and what girls these days believe it takes to hit womanhood.
Oh, that's fair.
And
That definitely makes sense.
I would say that's a fair
so a
analysis.
lot of young girls think that to be mature, to be a female, they need to degrade themselves as they are at these young ages, and that is what the director wanted to convey. And again, there's a lot of criticisms to be levied at how the director went about it. Again, I disagree with how she filmed it, but her overall message, I don't think is an ill one.
Yeah,
that's
very
100%.
poor execution.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with you on that one.
But yeah, it was totally about how girls these days view themselves and how they think they must attain womanhood. And again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. All these young girls, they see stuff on Instagram, on Twitter, and this and that, and they start sexualizing themselves at ever younger ages, where we are seeing... I mean, you can go to retail stores these days and see like really young girls dressing really inappropriately, and we're starting to see the effects of this constantly online world on these young people.
That is true.
And that's what they think being older is being hypersexual.
Now, speaking
A lot
about
of people
women,
think that, to be fair.
since I think we've covered enough about
Yeah, I'm
covered
gonna skip
everything
this
we
now.
could
Let's
about
move on.
cuties. Yeah, speaking about women. Now, Lamb, could you bring
Ban them.
up could you bring
Just
up that
ban them
video in particular so that for those who haven't seen it, they can engage in a funny moment.
Funny.
Yo, what are we-
What's funny
what are we
about
looking at?
women?
I mean,
I'm so
women
stuck
themselves
behind.
are
Are you
funny,
kidding me?
but just not able to do anything.
Are you
no,
fucking
women can
kidding
do
me?
things that are funny, but
Are you
they're not
fucking
able to be
kidding
funny.
me?
on
Are
their
you
own, know?
kidding
I'm
me?
only funny.
It's when you're
What? Are you
laughing at
kidding
them,
me?
not with them.
Dude,
I'm only
this is a
funny
kids
because
game.
I'm
Women.
Oh my
If I
god.
wasn't trans, I wouldn't be funny.
See,
Stop.
Amy's voice is funny, and things she says in it are funny, but she herself's not funny.
Oh,
I agree with that.
Honestly, I'm not
Fuck
believing
you.
you because
stop.
See, exactly,
Stop
right
it.
there.
Oh, the Fall Guys thing.
Oh my god.
This is like a human being failing like the fucking cat intelligence
This-
test, dude. It's so
Me-
fucking
this
funny.
bugs
This
me.
is it's
This
Dean
legit-
Takahashi all over again.
Cuphead journalist video,
Yeah,
but-
Dean Takahashi all over again.
I just want to point out that for my review of this game, I won like 30 to 40 games, and I hit the level 40 level cap for the season.
Jesus
It's just,
Christ.
Like, this game is so fucking easy. My review's on my channel. Check it out, everyone watching.
Check out some
That was
review.
good. That was smooth.
That video, like as soon as I saw it, like my immediate joke, it was a lazy, no thought, pointless, stupid, lame joke. I just went women in gaming. Like
Oh yeah, you
for a
can-
second, for like 5 whole minutes, I didn't send it because I was trying to think up that episode of
Something
SVU where Jake Paul was there, and I was like, okay, what line from that show would be hilarious right now? What line from that
Wait a
show would be
minute.
hilarious?
Jake
And I even
Paul's was in SVU at some point.
Yes.
What the
Was
fuck?
that the
he
Gamergate
was there.
episode?
It was the Gamer Girl episode.
Oh my god, that was.
And like I was thinking out, like I even watched the Ethan Klein video on that episode, and I was like, what line can I use that would be funnier than just saying women in gaming? And I gave up after like 5 minutes, like, ugh, I don't want to put effort. I just put women in gaming send, and then I about 30 minutes later, I got put on a screenshot like, oh, why are men so horrible? And I was like, because we're funny, it's natural.
You can't expect a woman to get it, Poe.
And then I got called out by some of her followers, like, "Oh, look at these incels talking again." And I was like, "Why is it?"
That's what it always goes back to.
Like, I'm pretty sure I've gotten. You know what? I'm gonna let that go. But anyway, it's just that video for no reason. It was just all over. Like, a literal cat could figure out to wait for a second before going, but no. I'm sure that was probably a bad day, but it was still hilarious. It was just a bad day for her, probably. Although, Amy, are you that bad at video games? Because I've seen you kind of suck at GTA.
Why? I don't even play GTA enough.
I mean, yeah, but you still suck at it, though. What's up with that?
I don't play fucking third-person watered-down shooter mechanics. Fucking trash game, anyways. The only
She's
thing
not
good
good at
about
games, that's what she's
GTA is
saying.
the story mode.
Those sound like sour grapes, because I'm pretty good at GTA. I
Yeah,
honestly
you're
don't.
pretty good at GTA, sure. Okay.
Oh, so you're
Setting you
saying.
as an example at good at anything is already the world's biggest failure.
Oh my god, this midget thinks she can come at me. Anyway.
What Poe's good at is hating women.
You know what? I'm not even good at that.
I don't know. I feel like you do pretty good at it. When I think of women haters, you're one of the ones I think of.
I appreciate it, but my female followers feel like I'm barely okay considering they don't leave. But anyway, but no, my female followers love me too much to leave because I'm just that lovable, and I'm a kind-hearted individual. I'm like Barney, but black.
Kind-hearted individual.
Barney the Black.
I mean, when they aren't calling me the Terminator and Heartless, yeah, they love me.
Should put that in your Twitter bio,
Terminator
Mo.
and Heartless? What? You're supposed to be emotional Vegeta. What the hell?
What does that even mean, emotional Vegeta? What does that mean?
It means you are Vegeta. Your ego is so...
Look, yes, I have an ego. Yes, I have an ego. But anyway,
You're literally Vegeta when he's sad. Stand out middle of rain, look up in sky, do nothing. Scream.
first of all, I don't do nothing. I work out when I'm feeling emotions.
Exactly, emotional Vegeta
See,
too.
your first mistake is feeling emotions at all. You just need to
Look.
nip that in the bud.
Look, I barely stay sad for long anyway because it's hard to stay sad when your muscles are hurt. But not the point.
Like, Vegeta would do the same thing. He would go train for 7
Yeah, I was gonna say he would
hours.
literally just go work out. Like you're not helping yourself. You're
Thank
helping
you,
her.
thank you, Mariner. Thank you, Mariner. It's called a Mark Poe. Again, the super chat. First of all, Amy did not nuke me. If I'm Vegeta, Amy is what? Chaozu.
No.
What? They probably have the same pitch voice.
Personality-wise, no. I'm more like Launch than anything.
That's fair. No, Launch is nicer. Launch is nicer. Much
No,
nicer.
Launch is evil when she's mad.
Yeah, when she sneezes, she's shoots people. She got-
Anyway, I have my ego, my pride, whatever. No, I did miss the opportunity. I should have used Go Home Gamer Girl. That would have been perfect. But I didn't because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night. Anyway, so I think what else is there to talk about other than the
I think I say we just keep dunking on you. That's been fun.
first of all, this is why
That's my favorite part. That's why I always come. I'll be
I
honest.
Awkward silence.
I think Poe died. I think we killed him.
Mission
Oh, can I get a selfie of you? I wanted to say something.
I think Alpha beat you to it.
He's
Look in the
working out,
podcast
so
chat.
He had to
I'm
run
in
to
a
the gym
picture
so
of
he can
actual
avoid
Poe, not
crying.
his
He had to lift
fucking
weights.
ass avatar.
So what'd you guys do before I was here? Did you have fun?
Yeah, we all had a fucking.
Talking about pedo movies, a
It
real
almost went
blast.
south so fast.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bonding experience.
I think Poe is dead.
Amy is launched. I agree. Amy's a wild card of a person, so I feel like that fits.
Wild card? Who the fuck are you calling a wild card?
You.
You're gay. What do you mean?
Listen, I already disproved your facts. Or I already disproved you with facts. Sorry.
Look, anyway, all I'm saying is that, like,
Poe's just randomly
Hey, Poe.
back.
Wait, you guys didn't hear me this whole time? I've been talking to no one?
Yeah.
No, we've
you-
just been hanging out.
This is why Poe's kicked out of every fucking orgy on planet Earth. He's just not
First of
allowed.
all,
Whoa.
orgies are disgusting. Orgies are disgusting. They're sweaty. They're like a rave, but worse and no music.
Dad, you have this frame of reference.
A video's gonna leak about you someday.
Poe,
You know,
I need a picture of you for a deep fake, please.
I'm not gonna give you a picture of me so you can deep fake me singing about horsecock or whatever. No.
No, I was gonna do the fucking
Yeah, Amy did
Tetris
that to me.
beatbox deep fake. You know, the
Ugh,
butter.
no, no, that's not gonna happen.
Please,
No. Anyway,
somebody give me a picture of Poe. I know someone has one.
He only
Also,
sends me dick pics. I don't have his
I've
face.
never sent you. You know what? Sorry about that,
Poe has
A-Pod.
sent
I'm
everyone
sorry.
dick pics.
I have not sent a single person on this stream a dick pic. Actually, that's a
I
lie.
have 7 of them.
That is,
Yeah.
that is a lie. That is a lie.
Yeah,
But you know what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you forgot about me.
Okay, first of all,
trade dick pics.
That's what men do. What?
first of all,
It's
what
normal.
men? What men? Oh my God. Okay, look, I wrecked the stream at the beginning by not sending Lamb one of the videos that was necessary, and I was like, "Yeah, of course I sent it to you. What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh, I didn't, because I suck at that." Oh my God. Anyway, we are back. We are. Oh my God.
Unfortunately, back and forced to deal with Poe.
Why are you putting so many pictures of Vegeta?
Because you are Vegeta.
I like that picture. You got the nice anal tattoo on you. It really
You
suits
know what? First of all, Vegeta would not have an anal tattoo. It would be on the back of his pink shirt. That's
The bad man.
Yes, it would be the bad man. First of all, I'm never gonna die. I'm immortal. After all these supplements, I better be at least. Anyway. This is
Poe did call me up the other day just to
Please
talk to me
send
for an
a
hour
picture,
about
Poe.
something.
I need it.
Look, that is true. I did call Dimitri up just to talk about my workout and my supplements because I've become a full-on gym bro. The amount of people who I
Really
have
has.
talked about my supplements and my workout to, I just it's gotten too big a number. I've got to stop. Oh my God! Look, I feel like this stream has gotten out of control. We've lost the plot, and
the idea?
it is
Because I
that is
shut up,
generally
to be
the idea.
honest.
You having a stream running orderly would just blow my mind. It would ruin your whole illusion, so always keep them chaotic.
That's generally the idea of these streams. They're never good, and they usually end with me getting roasted by either Amy or someone Amy encouraged because Amy's a jerk like that. Let's see. Thank you guys for making the stream awesome as it was, Dimitri. Even though you came in late like a douche.
I accept your apology.
That was not an apology, sir. First of all, this is not Moana. You cannot you're welcome me, okay? But
It's okay to be
thank-
emotional, Poe. I get
Are
it.
we really gonna end the stream early because Poe doesn't want to get bullied anymore?
You're not bullying me. We're trading barbs. That's what this is all about.
Trading,
trading-
you haven't said anything. You've
I'm
had
not
like
crying. You're
minutes where you
crying.
fucking just nuked yourself out of the fucking stream and you just gone.
I wasn't gone. my thing was glitching. Anyway,
Silent sad Vegeta.
Just like everything else in your life, it was just glitching. I promise.
Amy, I can literally throw you across
That
the football
30
field.
seconds
I
I
can
laughed in
throw
bed,
you
it was
across
all
the
just a
football
glitch.
field. Thank you,
Emotional
Robert
Vegeta
N.
quotes.
Thank you, Robert N. for the $5. For the $5, you are awesome. And first of all, there's no emotional Vegeta quotes. These are very, very unemotional.
Things to add to the Vegeta folder.
You know what? You know what? Midgets. That's all I got. Anyway, thank you guys for making this stream. It's not ending it early. I just have nothing to say. I feel like we've gotten
Then
through all the topics.
let's all create the fucking content. Hello?
Fine,
That's what you
create the
invited us
content, you midget.
Oh, I'm gonna need you to calm down. You're getting a little emotional.
Don't you
Kind of like
dare. Don't you
character.
dare. Mariner. I swear to God, thank you for the $2, Mariner. But
It's not a picture of Poe Alamandius. This is his fucking old ass avatar.
Malding. It's such a
I'm
funny
not
word.
I
molding.
want a picture of actual Poe.
Oh
Poe, send me a selfie, please. Just
no,
this one.
Len, what are you doing?
Len.
Len, stop doing this. My ears are not that big, and I've never had that much hair in my life. Anyway,
Don't make me pull out the nugget biscuit coffee pasta.
the what?
Poe, could you do your best Vegeta impression?
My best Vegeta impression. I can't
Yeah.
even do a good Vegeta. What? Okay.
Your best.
My, okay. I do a lot of push-ups. And, oh my God, that is exactly me. I do a lot of push-ups and sit-ups, and I drink plenty of juice. That's a terrible Vegeta impression, but that is I have literally said pretty much that. Push-ups, sit-ups, plenty of juice.
I'm glad you immediately
Len,
listened to what I
You
said.
have fucking Poe's face. DM it to me so I can make this fucking
No one is getting a selfie of me for a deep fake. Why would you post my eyes? I have beautiful eyes. My eyes are like my best feature. But stop that, Lamb.
It's like Poe saw Dimitri's dick and was just staring concentrationally for like the next 20 minutes.
That's more of a you thing than Poe, I think.
Amy, if I ever find you, I'm gonna throw you through the nearest window. I will find a glass
I'm
plane
gonna
just to hurl you through it.
Dimitri, I swear.
Is he wrong though? Consternated
he
Vegeta noise.
is wrong though.
I feel like
I've never
Dimitri
been
is
wrong in
usually.
life.
Yeah, he's never been wrong.
There
Except
you
one
go.
time he thought he was wrong, but he was wrong.
Yeah.
Dame,
Sounds
no
about
one.
right.
I'm not gonna do a Dame Dane. I hate that song.
I can deep fake it instead. If
Oh
you
my
would give me
God.
a fucking selfie.
You're not getting a selfie, you demon. Anyway,
Hey, Sophia, how are you?
I'm doing
What?
well. How are you?
So
Having a good time.
just chilling in the background.
he really. Anyway, I feel like we've covered enough, and you guys are just roasting me at this point. So
I'm
let's.
saying
That's
keep
the
it going.
point.
Just keep roasting.
Imagine getting all these free viewers off your podcast hosts and shit, and you're just like, nah, I want to end it early. I'm tired of getting picked on.
You know what? No one is my Goku. I
Like,
don't
if
have
I
a
had
Goku.
100 viewers and it was fucking someone like what's his name?
What's
Count
whose name?
Dankula bullying me, I would let him bully me for that 100 viewers. I'm just
First of all, you're not Count Dankula. You're not big enough for that. Second of all, no one is bullying me.
It's
We're
just
all
deep
engaged in
horrible.
mutual roasting.
I don't think I've gotten roasted yet.
You know what? First of all, you're 5'2" and a man. That's all the roasting you need.
I like how all of
It's
Poe's
a-
jokes are just midget jokes. He has nothing else to say.
He's coping.
It's not cope. It's fact. Okay.
See, my height's just to get people's guards down, makes them feel safe. It's my strike.
I'm not tall enough to be intimidating or short enough to get people's guards down. I'm just in the middle. The horrible middle. Amy does like being bullied. I'm pretty sure it's one of her fetishes.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Ugh, look.
Somebody didn't Poe check.
Check
I
my
still
way.
need someone to give me that photo because I have a better translation software that runs it through several AI trainings.
Look!
Man.
There's
Oh,
Polly singing.
look, I feel like I got Minnie Mouse. I got Minnie Mouse making fun of me, and I've got Trap House the femboy making fun of me,
My
and
fucking deepfake
What?
runs through AI training. Give me the fucking selfie or I'm gonna
you
kick
know
out.
the funny thing is, Trap House has a very different meaning in 2020.
Give me the fucking selfie, Power. I'm
No
gonna go load the
selfies.
AK with malicious intent.
You know, if you can aim an AK and shoot me from across the ocean, you'd be an amazing shot. Literally,
I mean,
perfect
it would
shot.
still be a better shot than you.
You know what? You know what? That is fair. I've never fired a gun in my life.
You should see my VR gun streams. My fucking grouping is amazing.
Or they are. Stop. Oh my god. Lamb, I
Poe, just
swear.
Lamb, don't stop. Come on, let's keep tearing into Poe.
That's what she said. Ugh. I feel.
Demetrius just in the background talking to someone in his house.
Oh, that's not me. What?
Anyway, you guys see the Batman game today?
Yeah,
Batman.
looks just like another one of those.
Honestly, I've gotten. I want to feel psyched for it, but I feel like it's just gonna be another Avengers situation.
Oh yeah, that game didn't look too hot.
I need a picture of Poe facing the camera. That doesn't work, Nick. You fucking troglodyte.
Anyway,
Yo,
so-
yo, yo, yo.
during the stream, I saw a 5 minute interview with the director. Thank you, Sleepy, for sending it to me. I saw a director for Cutie. She basically said because of the two vastly different cultures she was raised with, she used to pray to become a boy at a very early age.
What?
Because she felt like her culture restricted her and women from having any freedom, and then she was
Oh.
surrounded by a culture that was too free, that she felt was far too free, and she was raised in the middle of those two, and because she was confused about what she was supposed to be, she wanted to be a boy.
Huh.
So why is Poe gay again?
Oh my god.
How'd you go to that?
Because I'm
Look.
really mean, and that's just what I do.
Anyway,
We go from Poe is straight to Poe is gay around here.
I guess I kind of actually get what you're saying with the interview with her, because there's definitely, like, coming from like a Christian family, there's a certain way men and women are supposed to act, like, within the household. So that made me question things when I was younger. So I guess I can kind of see that angle.
100%. Anyway, let me bring in my buddy Jeremy so he can say his piece about all this. You guys also know Jeremy. He totally not evil. He donated to the stream super chat. Jeremy, what's good, my man?
Hello, Jeremy.
Hi, you guys. How's it going today?
It's going good. How are you?
Just fun, just
Why
fun.
is everybody
I was
giving
kind of
me
lost
memes
on
of Poe? I
the
don't want
topic.
memes
So what's
of Poe.
going
I want
on?
a clear fucking shot view of his face.
Amy, you're
No,
obsessed.
selfies. Yes, she's literally obsessed with my face. Anyway, Jeremy,
That's not the W you think it is.
you know what? It probably isn't. Anyway, Jeremy, give me your opinion on A, cuties, B, the director.
Okay, so let's go for the director first because I feel like you guys have already said quite a bit about Cuties. And the whole thing about, I do understand that she came from two very different cultures and they kind of clashed for her at a very
Demetrius
early
Peter Griffin
age.
would be cursed.
But still, there's a lot of things that don't line up with this. I get that, I want to be a boy. Okay, that's fine. A lot of younger kids want to be the opposite gender for one reason or another. That's fine. But the thing is, when it comes to femininity and all, because I am a boy who's been raised around women, like the vast majority of people in my life are women. I had 3 neighborhood moms: my biological mom, my friend Mordecai's mom, and my friend Lori's mom. I also had girl best friends: Lori, Amber, Rowan, Frick, Brianna.
We don't need to go into a Mambo number 5. This is not a Mambo number 5 situation.
But still,
Just
I'm so sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, like you can still be a woman
No problem.
or be a man and not have to go through all this, because when we were raised, we had a lot of genuine respect for each other. I understand that her household, they didn't have this kind of respect, so she sought to rebel and something like that. But honestly, I feel like a lot of her problems could have been just handled and hashed out with a like 10-minute talk instead of doing this, because this is just unacceptable on several different levels. Because she was grown when she saw a bunch of 12-year-olds twerking and everything. I'm just like, lady, just no. You need to take a step back. Please follow this nice police officer here. That this is where I'm starting to see the problems of just like
Fun fact,
no,
guys,
no,
we've been
no, no.
demonetized for about 50 minutes.
How?
I don't know.
Is it because of
Like-
the topic we're talking about?
I
The
literally
P word? Did you guys see the P words or something like that?
I've been
Look,
swearing and stuff. Wasn't me.
there is
That
no
I fucked up
way.
post-stream.
No, trust me. I don't know what their metric is. Like, we literally
Just
had
blame
our return stream and the Korra episode. Those are our fully monetized episodes. In addition to the one where we talked about Twitch and the one where we talked about China. Those were our only fully monetized episodes, and we have said a lot there. So I don't get what the deal is.
It probably has to do with the topic.
I'll DM you like the list of the
Check the
demonetized
fucking
words.
podcast chat. I made something really beautiful.
You know
Like
what? I'm
there's
not going
a
to.
handful of words that'll actually like almost instantly get you demonetized or get you like a warning for like
Is it like
demonetization.
insanity?
Uh, there's some that are like common sense, and there's other ones that are like what? Like I'm Rick James.
Send me that list, by the way. I want to see that.
Of course. I gotta find like the new one because they keep updating it. Because apparently, asshole is a demonetized word, but ass munch is no longer a demonetized word, and I don't understand that.
Because I feel like munching is worse than actually being one. But anyway, it's just so much. I really do not understand the rules for limited or demonetization anymore.
Again, let me.
Step
I mean, they're
one,
not
send you
really
the
consistent
do not
rules.
gay. Step 2, do not make gay content. Step 3, no cringe allowed.
Hey, why does it always come back to this?
We
You
always
say
need
Pro.
cringe.
You say Pro
demand
always
cringe.
talks of being short, but Amy's always like, "You're gay." Freaking child.
Look, honestly, I could
Like the
move.
playground.
I could literally. Maybe I should move to Twitch. To be honest.
Yeah, bro,
It's
hang
You
out
would
with me
be
on
give or
Twitch.
take
banned
there.
within
I
24
think you
hours.
can probably do like a dual stream of like Twitch and YouTube at the same time.
Maybe.
'Cause I feel like a lot of streamers do that.
You can multi-stream, but if you get affiliated on Twitch, it goes against rules to multi-stream, which you can still do it. They probably won't say anything, but it is technically
It's
against your
best if you
contract.
don't.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. But yeah, where was I? But yeah, you can be a woman without having to sexualize your childhood. That's all I have to say on that one.
It's a very good point, to be honest.
Yeah.
And also, Dimitri, it's good to meet you and everything. I've been a big fan for you for a long time. Since
Oh,
your
thank
whole,
you.
How
crap
big?
is not a slur.
How big? How big?
Videos. So,
I appreciate it.
Stay
Nice to
on
meet you
topic.
too.
Stay on topic. But when it
Nick
actually
is an
comes to the whole
absolute
movies,
legend. He
cuties.
found all the post selfies.
What people are saving my. You know what? It says I hate all of you.
What?
I hate all of you
Like
so
I'm
much.
telling you, they all think you're homosexual, and that's why they're saving your
I wonder what gave them that idea.
You know what?
Oh, in other news, I saw that Alpha Ben was in like the comments or anything, so I was just like, "Hey, you want to join post Discord and everything?" So he was actually there for a brief amount of time. So yeah,
Wait, who was?
Alpha Ben.
Band.
Oh yeah, I saw him. Yeah, he's still in the chat right now.
He is.
Yeah.
I legit I saw him for like 2 seconds. He was like, no mic and no headphones, and then just vanished. I was just like, when the world needed him most, he vanished.
Anyway, I might be moving to Florida, but that's in other news.
Florida's just a GTA server, so get
It
ready.
is. It really is. Anyway, so did I ever tell you
I
guys?
saw the words "put them in" fucking podcast chat. And I thought they were relating to the cum jar, and I was like, "Who we put in the
Why?
cum jar?"
Why do we keep
Why?
talking
Don't
about
put
this?
Cole in the cum jar. Don't put Cole in the cum jar.
Anyway, look.
Put Sophia in
Did
the
I
cum jar.
did I
I
ever
put Sophia in the cum jar. I agree with that one.
did I ever tell you guys about the time where I got British police DM'd me and told me to take down a tweet?
British police, what? Go on.
Okay.
What?
So,
Oh, you got a license for that tweet.
okay, so basically, there was this guy, this British guy, a white British guy, of course, posted a tweet years ago about how he had passed out at a party or at a bar, and then this Asian dude helped him, took him home, and the next morning he took a selfie with him, posted a tweet like, "Oh, this nice guy helped me out while I passed out." And so earlier this year, that Asian dude was arrested as the most prolific rapist in English history and possibly the world, drugging dudes and then just giving it right in their old Dodger. I tried to do a British accent, but then I stopped halfway, so it just went weird. Anyway, not the point.
I didn't even hear the British accent.
Yeah,
Did
I
you even
stopped
try?
it. I stopped it before I did it. It was 195 guys he got, by the way. Anyway, I found that old tweet and I screenshotted the article with the it mentioned the Asian guy being arrested, and I was dying with laughter at the time. And 4 hours later, a British police station or Twitter account DM me saying, "Hey, I'm paraphrasing, but hey, we would ask you to take that down because it exposes the identity of the victim." And
I would have just told him no. Tell him fuck
Like-
you.
I kind of get what they're coming from in a way, but at the same time, why would I respect the British police? You guys are like an ocean away from me, dog.
like to be fair, I did take down the tweet and then I put it right back up with emojis covering the guy's face.
That's good. That's good.
Yes, but 195 guys. Can you imagine that? That takes effort, to be honest.
Dude, that he's like going like for world record status and everything. Like,
It
jeez.
was at least since he started in like 2006 or something and was caught in 2019. So that's impressive.
Dude.
You really are a
13
hero, bro.
years.
Wait, how am I here? I wasn't the rapist. I mean,
What?
no. Shut up. My sister's in the background saying, "Wait, you weren't a rapist, so you are now?" Like brat little sisters do.
She sounds insightful.
She sounds stupid, is what she sounds like. They said you
Dude,
sound
that-
insightful.
But could you imagine being in that situation and everything where
kill me.
Oh yeah, my sister has a massive hate for Amy.
Really?
Like, yes, because
Yeah,
Amy.
'cause you know what she did? She said racial slurs on my stream, and I called her a fucking mean word. I bullied her.
She called her the R
poor
word.
child, and then she got mad.
Well, yeah, she probably deserves that if she's dropping some choice words on your stream.
Not even choice. She was talking about enslaving white people, and I was like,
Yo,
"Bruh."
what?
what?
Amy loves white people.
Anyway,
different
all
ways,
I said, and it would have been so much better. It would have been so much better if Amy hadn't kept antagonizing her. But to this point, my sister was like, "Give me her address." I'm like, "What? You're gonna go to?"
How is she gonna?
Like, give me your phone.
I told her she could have the address.
I'm not gonna
She
give.
paid
I'm
for
not
the
gonna give my
place.
sister your address so she can fight you. She's taller than you. She would wreck you.
I mean, why are you bringing your fist to a gunfight? It doesn't make any sense. But
You're gonna shoot a miter?
she's trying to kill me. It's self-defense, man. I don't care.
Oh my god. I feel like it's just been a normal Discord call I
Minors
jumped
deserve
into.
death anyways. What are you talking about? Fuck them kids.
Thank you.
In the-
Awesome
in the
stream,
great
guys.
quote.
We want to thank our
Fuck
sponsor,
them
Artesian Builds, for and check out my if you want to get a new PC, you can use my code or whatever and get up to $100 off on a new gaming PC. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Dimitri.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeremy, for both the super chat and being part of the stream today. This has been awesome.
I had a good
And
time.
yeah, it was
Thank
good
you,
for all
man.
of us.
Next time I'll give Poe $100 for this damn stream and super chat.
You know what? I will appreciate that, Amy. You're a wonderful.
I
You're a
already gave
peach.
you what, $60 like these last 2 months.
Yes.
Actually, 70 if I count the times I paid you before.
Thank you.
Oh, you give him Poe a little allowance. That's cute.
Oh,
$1 per whole day of cum.
first of
Yo,
all, what?
Yo.
I feel like this should be worth more than that. I produce a lot, but anyway, not the point. Let's sign out. This has been great. Another
Bum, this has been
wonderful,
great.
a wonderful episode of Digital Blackface, episode 18, XVIII.
No more room.